It was the night before Halloween when 5 friends, Jake, Emily, Sam, Lisa, and Mark, gathered in front of the abandoned Blackwood Manor. The old Victorian mansion had loomed over the small town for centuries, its windows shattered like broken teeth, its doors creaking in the wind like a whispering ghost. Legends swirled around it, dark stories of people who had entered and never returned. But the thrill of Halloween had a way of making even the most foolish dares seem tempting.
All right, guys, 1 hour inside. Whoever leaves first is the loser.
I don't know, this place, it feels different tonight.
Come on, Em. It's just an old house. Besides, we have flashlights and cameras. If anything happens, we'll have proof.
With a collective deep breath, they pushed open the heavy oak doors, stepping into the dark, musty air of the manor. The scent of decay and old wood filled their lungs as they shone their flashlights around the entryway. Dust motes swirled in the air, disturbed for the first time in years.
Okay, we're in. Now what?
Now we explore.
They split into pairs, each taking a different hallway, leaving Lisa alone in the foyer. She felt the silence wrap around her, thick and suffocating. A creak made her spin around, heart pounding.
Guys?
No answer. Just the wind moaning through broken windows.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
A whisper. A distinct, cold whisper slithered through the air as if someone stood right between them.
We should find the others.
Meanwhile, Sam wandered through what had once been a library. Dust-covered books lined rotting shelves, their spines cracked and forgotten. He reached for one, but a sudden thud from behind made him freeze. Slowly, he turned his head. A shadow stood at the far end of the room. The flashlight trembled in his hand as he forced himself to look closer. The shadow didn't move, didn't breathe. It just stood there, watching. Then, as if the darkness itself came alive, it rushed toward him. Sam bolted, his scream echoing through the halls. Downstairs, Lisa clutched her phone, her fingers numb as she tried to call the others. The air had grown thick, charged with something unseen. The chandelier above her trembled, its crystals jingling softly before falling silent. Then,
Lisa, help me.
her blood turned to ice. The voice was familiar, too familiar. It was her own. She turned, and there, in the antique mirror by the door, stood her reflection. But it wasn't mirroring her. Instead, it tilted its head, smiling a slow, unnatural grin. The reflection raised a hand, pressing against the glass. The surface rippled like water.
Come closer.
Lisa stumbled backward, her foot catching on something. She hit the floor hard, gasping. A shadow loomed over her. Not her reflection. Something else. Something grinning in the dark.
Lisa, what happened?
Pointing. The mirror.
We're getting out of here, now.
But the house had other plans. The doors slammed shut with a deafening boom. The wind howled through unseen cracks. The floor trembled beneath them as if the house itself had awoken.
You are my...
The lights flickered violently, their flashlights cutting in and out. Shadows twisted unnaturally, creeping along the floors and walls, reaching out like skeletal fingers.
Guys, we need to stick together.
Footsteps echoed above them, heavy, slow, not theirs.
Who else is here?
No one answered. The footsteps grew louder, descending the staircase. But as their flashlights flickered up toward the landing, there was no one there. Just a gaping darkness that seemed to watch them. Then, the laughter began. Soft at first, then growing. High-pitched, childlike giggles that bounced off the walls surrounding them.
Stop it, stop it.
But the house was alive now. The doors wouldn't budge. The windows had vanished, replaced by solid walls. They were trapped. A shadow loomed behind them, tall, featureless, its eyes 2 glowing orbs of malice. The thing raised an elongated hand and pointed directly at them. The wind howled, the floor cracked, and then darkness. To be continued.